So today, of course, I read Proverbs as part of my reading plan. I read through Proverbs every month, and so as I'm reading through Proverbs today, I read Proverbs 11:7, and it says, "Hopes placed in mortals die with them. All the promise of their power comes to nothing." And so I just want to say that the reality is that we get caught up putting our hope in one president or another. I actually remember President Obama's platform was called Hope, and when he first ran, and there's a lot of folks who would say on one side of the line that he did not fulfill the hope they had for America, and there are others that would say they did. And then the opposite, I'd say, is true about President Trump right now. So I'm bringing in both of them because I know either way I win in saying this, but there's a lot of folks that have hope for President Trump this time. They're the opposite, mostly of the ones that hope in President Obama. And there's a lot that don't have hope because of who President Trump is and what he stands for. And of course, those are the opposite of who was with Obama. So both sides have had this hope. Hope was actually a platform the last time around, and now hope for this time around is built into the belief set of people that are following these, President Trump, the leaders. And I just want to say this, and I want to be clear. I said this from a pulpit over and over and over again through the time of President Bush in D.C., as well as President Obama. As I was there pastoring in the D.C. metro area, I said this from the pulpit. I'm saying it right now on video. So I've said it about Republicans and Democrats. I'm saying it across the board. This is not partisan. This is right down the center of the line. I'm saying this to my friends who are on the Hill, on either side of the battle, either side of the conversation. I'm saying this to you today, and it's the truth. Listen, hopes placed in mortals will die with them. You put your hope in a man, it's going to die with them. All the promise of their power comes to nothing. Hear that again. Hopes placed in mortals die with them. All the promise of their power comes to nothing. This was written in Proverbs, written down from a king who was listening to God. And he says about himself, don't put your hope in this mortal, because when I die, all the promise of my power is going to be nothing. That's Solomon. Guys, listen to me. It doesn't matter what side it is or who it is. If you put your hope in that person, it'll never do anything. When they die, everything goes with them. I'm telling you with everything I am, it's time to put your hope in the only one who can bring change, the only one who can resolve issues, the only one that can take care of your problem, your need, or whatever. And that's God. See, governments need human beings to need them, for them to exist. That's the thing that's funny. But the truth is that, honestly, governments should never make a people fearful of them. The government should always be fearful of its people. I'm quoting one of our founders of our Constitution. And the truth is that we should never be beholden to our government to keep it in existence. It exists for the people. It is by the people. And God bless it. As long as it's around, it's only enacted and enabled and placed in place so that God can have access to us and do what he wants to do through us. That's a good government. So again, today I'm saying this. Don't put your hope in any human being. Put your hope in him. Put your hope in Jesus. And pray and spend time with him. And let's see what he can do. I'm praying for revival in this era. That doesn't mean I'm praying for a certain person to get elected. I could give a rat's behind less. I pray for the people that are elected, but I'm not praying for this whole thing. I'm praying for Jesus to come. I'm praying for America to be revived. I'm praying for people to come to know the Lord and be on fire for Jesus Christ. So that's where I'm at. We want to read it one more time. Hopes placed in mortals die with them. All the promise of their power comes to nothing. Boom.